Welcome to 12 Biblical Stories, Anthropomorphism, and Lessons of Faith. Meet Blacky, a charming bilingual cat with striking black and white fur, who resides in the vibrant South American city of Santiago de Cali. Blacky is not just any ordinary feline. He possesses a unique ability to blend the wisdom of the Bible with anthropomorphic tales. Living alongside his two delightful friends, Goldie, a playful golden-colored cat who thinks he is a lion, and HRH Liz III, a regal-looking tricolor beauty with a flair for the dramatic, Blacky is ready to embark on a journey that intertwines faith and creativity. Together, this trio of furry four-footed hairy friends of Micmac Mike will explore 12 captivating biblical examples that illustrate profound lessons of faith, each narrated by Blacky himself. So brew your delicious Americano, grab your favorite snack, get comfortable, and join us as we dive into these 12 enchanting stories that remind us of the strength and beauty of faith in our lives. Story 1, Noah's Ark. Hello friends. It's Blacky here, your friendly furry four-footed hairy friend narrator, ready to whisk you away to 12 anthropomorphic stories from the Bible. Gather around as I share the story of Noah, a man of unwavering faith, and his incredible adventure on the ark. Long ago, in a world filled with chaos and disobedience, there lived a faithful man named Noah. He was a kind soul, beloved by God, who saw the goodness in him amidst the turmoil. One day, God spoke to Noah, revealing his plan to cleanse the earth with a great flood. But fear not. Noah was tasked with a grand mission: to build an enormous ark and save his family and pairs of every animal. As Noah gathered materials and began construction, the animals started arriving, each with their unique personalities. First came the wise old owl, who hooted sage advice, reminding everyone to stay calm. Next, the playful monkeys swung in, chattering excitedly about their new home, while the gentle deer quietly observed, always ready to lend a helping hoof. When the floodwaters began to rise, the ark became a sanctuary of laughter and camaraderie. The lions, with their majestic roars, protected everyone, ensuring everyone felt safe. Meanwhile, the mischievous raccoons crept around, finding treasures to share, bringing joy to even the grumpiest animals. As the rain poured down and the waves crashed against the ark, the animals banded together to face the storm's challenges. The wise owl led nightly meetings, encouraging everyone to share their fears and hopes. The monkeys kept spirits high, while the deer offered comfort with their gentle presence. Days turned into weeks, and even though the flood seemed endless, Noah's faith never wavered. He prayed for guidance, and God assured him that brighter days were ahead. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the rain stopped and the sun peeked through the clouds. As the waters receded, the ark came to rest on a mountain top. The animals cheered with joy, their friendship stronger than ever. Noah opened the doors of the ark, and one by one the animals stepped out to embrace the new world. They were ready to start fresh, united by their shared experience and the faith that had carried them through the storm. And so, my anthropomorphic friends, the story of Noah teaches us that faith can endure even the fiercest storms, and together, we can navigate life's challenges with love and unity. Remember, just like Noah and his animal friends, we too can find strength in each other, no matter how turbulent the waters may be. Story 2, Balaam's Donkey. Now let us turn to the next captivating story from the Bible, this one about an unlikely hero, a humble donkey. Join me as we explore the tale of Balaam and his clever donkey, which teaches us valuable lessons about wisdom and awareness. Once there was a man named Balaam, known for his ability to bless or curse people with his words. One day, he was summoned by a king who wanted to curse the Israelites. As Balaam set off on his journey, he rode his faithful donkey, unaware that danger was lurking ahead. As they traveled, the donkey suddenly stopped in its tracks, refusing to move forward. Balaam, frustrated and confused, struck the donkey, demanding that it continue. But little did he know that the donkey had seen something Balaam could not: a fearsome angel standing in their path, sword drawn, ready to block their way. After being struck a second time, something miraculous happened. God opened the mouth of the donkey, and to Balaam's astonishment, it spoke. "Why have you struck me these 2 times? The donkey said, her voice calm yet firm. "Am I not your faithful donkey, the one you've ridden all these years? Have I ever behaved this way before?" Balaam, taken aback by this extraordinary moment, replied, "No, you haven't." Just then, God opened Balaam's eyes, allowing him to see the angel blocking their way. Realizing the danger, Balaam fell to his knees, humbled by his donkey's wisdom. In that moment, Balaam learned an important lesson. Sometimes, wisdom comes from the most unexpected places, and awareness of our surroundings can save us from harm. The donkey, often overlooked and underestimated, had the insight to see what Balaam could not. As Balaam thanked the donkey for its loyalty and wisdom, they continued their journey, this time with a newfound respect for one another. The story reminds us that we should always be aware of the signs around us and recognize that wisdom can come from the most surprising sources. So my friends, let's cherish the lessons we learn from those we may overlook and stay vigilant in our paths. Just like Balaam and his donkey, we can find clarity and understanding if we take the time to listen and observe. Goldie and H.R.H. Liz III were impressed. Story 3. David and Goliath. It's Blacky again, ready to share another thrilling tale from the Bible. This time, we'll dive into the legendary story of David and Goliath, a tale of bravery, faith, and the unwavering bond between a young shepherd and his flock. Let's see how David's courage inspired not only his fellow humans but also the animals he cared for. In a valley overshadowed by fear, the Israelites faced a daunting giant named Goliath. Towering over everyone, he taunted the soldiers and instilled terror in their hearts. But among them was young David, a humble shepherd boy who spent his days tending to his sheep. The sheep adored David. He was their protector, always looking out for their safety with a heart full of love. As the giant's booming voice echoed across the valley, the sheep huddled together, shivering with fear. "What will we do?" bleated one nervous lamb, glancing at Goliath's towering figure. "He's so big. How can anyone defeat him?" Another sheep, a wise old ewe, looked up at David with a glimmer of hope in her eyes. "David has faced danger before. He fought off lions and bears to protect us. He's brave and strong. Maybe he can defeat Goliath." David, overhearing their concerns, knelt to reassure his flock. "Fear not, my friends. The Lord is with me, and I will not back down from this challenge. I may be small, but I have faith that God will guide me." As David prepared for battle, he gathered 5 smooth stones from a nearby brook, each one representing his trust in God's strength. The sheep watched in awe, their fears slowly turning into admiration. They believed in their brave protector. When David stepped onto the battlefield, the giant laughed, mocking the young shepherd. But David stood tall, filled with courage. "You come against me with a sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord," he declared, his voice steady and confident. With a swift motion, David slung one of the stones with incredible precision, striking Goliath right in the forehead. The giant fell, defeated, and the valley erupted in cheers. The sheep bleated in joy, their hearts swelling with pride for their protector. "David did it, he's our hero," they exclaimed, dancing around in delight. This story teaches us that even the smallest among us can achieve great things with faith and courage. David's bravery inspired not only the Israelites but also his loyal sheep, who learned that true strength comes from believing in oneself and trusting in a higher power. So, my friends, let's carry this lesson with us. No matter how daunting our challenges are, faith and determination, we can overcome any giant that stands in our way. Goldie rose and chased after his favorite green ball as if he was Pele at the final of a World Cup while Liz went to polish her nails. Story 4. The Prodigal Son. Now let's dive into Biblical Story 4, which tells the heartwarming parable of the Prodigal Son, a tale of love, forgiveness, and the joy of returning home. While we focus on the son and his father, we'll also meet some wonderful animals on the farm who witness this touching reunion. Many moons ago, on a peaceful countryside farm, a father lived with 2 sons. One day, the younger son, eager for adventure, approached his father and asked for his share of the inheritance. "I want to explore the world and live life to the fullest," he declared. Though it broke his heart, the father agreed and gave his son the money. Excited, the young man set off to a distant land, where he squandered his fortune on extravagant parties and wild living. As time passed, he found himself broke and alone, facing hardships he never imagined. Desperate and hungry, he realized he had strayed far from home. Back at the farm, the loyal dog Caleb and the curious cat Ruth noticed something was amiss. Caleb, with his keen sense of loyalty, lay by the door, waiting for the return of the wayward son. "He's been gone too long," he sighed, his tail drooping with concern. "I hope he's safe." Ruth, ever curious, stretched and flicked her tail. "I wonder what adventures he's having. But it would be nice to see him back. The farm feels empty without him." One day, as the sun began to set, the father looked out from the farmstead and spotted a figure approaching in the distance. His heart leaped with joy. Could it be? As the figure drew closer, it became clear. It was his son, weary and ragged, but alive. The father rushed out to meet him, arms wide open. "My son, you've returned," he exclaimed, tears of happiness streaming down his face. The son fell at his feet, remorseful. "Father, I have sinned against you and heaven. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father lifted him and embraced him tightly. "You are my son, and you were lost, but now you are found. Let us celebrate." Caleb wagged his tail furiously, barking joyfully at the reunion, while Ruth leaped into the air, her curiosity satisfied. "This is the best news ever," she purred. "Let's have a feast." The father ordered a grand celebration, bringing out the finest food and inviting everyone from the farm to join in the joy. Laughter and music filled the air as they celebrated the return of the wayward son. This beautiful parable teaches us about the power of forgiveness and unconditional love. No matter how far we stray, there is always a way back home, and those who love us will welcome us with open arms. So, my dear friends, let's remember that we all have the chance for a new beginning, just like the prodigal son. With love in our hearts, we can always find our way back to those who care for us. A positive message from your feline friends, Blacky, Goldie, and HRH Liz III. We can't wait to whisker you away into parts 2 and 3, where we'll share more perfectly delightful biblical stories of anthropomorphism and God's lessons in faith. Stay tuned for our furry adventures.